Alright, so let's talk about the domain of logarithmic functions. The domains have to be greater than 0. X has to, if it's natural log or log of x, it's got to be greater than 0. So in this case, for the first one, x minus 2 has to be greater than 0. So x has to be greater than 2. And so if we look down on our graph, we'll see that right here. It's got to be to the right of x equals 2. So we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 2. All right, so we look at B, and we'll say 2 minus x has to be greater than 0. So if we add the x to the other side, then x has to be less than 2. Still have an asymptote here at 2, but note that it's going in the other direction. So it's flipped in the negative direction. And we know about this. Negative x means we're going to do a horizontal flip. So instead of going this way, we are flipped, and the graph is on the other side of the asymptote. All right, and so the last one here, we say x squared must be greater than 0. And so if we do this, we're going to say x is greater than 0, or on this one, x is less than 0, because we have two answers from the x squared. All right, see if you can figure this out for yourself on 75. Couple things here: domain, x-intercept, and vertical asymptote. So pause this video, try these, see if you can get all three of these things, and then when you're ready to go, press play. I've got the answer. All right, here we go. The domain first. We're going to say x minus 4 has to be greater than 0. So x has to be greater than 4. If we wrote it in interval notation, we would say 4 to infinity. That means that we have a vertical asymptote at x equals 4. I'm going to start a graph here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got a vertical asymptote. To draw this graph, I want to know where my x-intercept is going to be. And on this one, I know that normally I punch through here at 1, 0. All right, now what's happening transformation-wise? We're shifting to the right 4. So instead of being at 1, 0, I'm going to be 4 to the right of that. I'm going to be at 5, 0. And from that, we can graph our, or do the sketch of our graph. Should look like that.